Maybe. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Let us know what you're reading. And what are you reading, Tiffany? Start so I don't forget.
On audiobook, I'm listening to Malice at the Palace. I think it's the 9th book in the Royal Spinus series by Reese Bowen. And then on ebook today, I started Blackberry Burial, which is the 2nd book in the Berry Basket Cozy Mystery series by Sharon Farrow.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it is. The first one was one of my favorites of last year. I absolutely loved it.
What about you, Sarah?
I started on my way into work today. The Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and thank you, Storm, for telling me to listen to it on audio. My library had a 24-week wait on it, and I'm like, screw it, I'm using a credit. And I'm so glad I did, because like you get telephone calls and you get like text messages, and it's really, really well done. The audio is really well done. So
that's why I was like, I recommend it, because it was really cool.
Absolutely. So. I'm 10 chapters into it now. I was listening to it on my way to and back from work today, so I'll pick it up some more tonight while I am knitting.
Nice.
What about you, Storm?
I haven't done anything all day. I've been watching YouTube.
That's doing something.
I really need to finish this book. So Ruby Fever by Ilona Andrews, I haven't finished. I think I'm like 70-something% into the audiobook. And that's the thing, because I'm watching all these YouTube videos on my phone, so I'm not listening to anything instead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe I'm just in a mood to where I'd rather do that than read. I don't know, but
that's okay.
It happens. Hey, that's fine.
But then it's like, I need to get this done, because before I know it, my friend's going to be done with it. We're buddy reading it, and she's reading it with her eyeballs. I should have had this already done. I told her I'd have it done like Sunday night, and I didn't do it. So.
You never said which Sunday, Storm.
Yeah.
True.
Let's see. That's the first one. Yep. And Amy says, hi, everyone. I'm currently reading Every Last Breath by Juno Rushden tonight. I'm at 31%.
Cool. Nice.
And also, has anybody read Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros yet? It's a very hyped book. Everyone, everywhere you turn, the library is a 17-week hold for me. I've heard it's really, really good too. It's super hyped. All my friends that I know that's read it liked it. And so, so therefore, I'd kind of like to try it, because it's like Dragon Riders fantasy type thing. And it sounds really cool. But yeah, it's super hyped. Like, I don't think I know anybody that has said anything bad about it. So therefore, I'm afraid to read it.
So I saw 2 people that gave bad reviews,
really?
and 1,000 people that did good. So there you go. Like, tons of people.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because everybody that I've seen it, they're like,
I saw like 2 people that didn't like it. But I mean, and I will say, that's not something I would read, but the book with the gold, and then it has the black silver pages with the dragons like imprinted into the side is really cool.
Yeah, it's like really the special edition ones that have that around the edges. Yeah.
But I've heard it is so hyped right now.
Yep. So
I've like never heard of this book.
Really? You've not heard of it? Oh, it's everywhere. That's weird.
But it confused me, because I'm familiar. The author writes military romance. And I'm like, oh, Fourth Wing. It's a military romance. I just looked it up on Goodreads. I'm like, no, there's a dragon on the cover.
Yeah.
But good for her.
So she's branching out a little bit then.
Yeah, that's
maybe
awesome.
It has some kind of military lean to like the Dragon Riders or something.
Right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll have to look up some more about it.
Well, you can't miss it.
Yeah. And Ashley says, hi, y'all. We listened to American in Scotland by Lucy Connolly. Yeah, I like that one. What do you think of it so far? And Jessica Lynn says, hello, everyone. I'll be reading Murder with Cherry on Top by Cynthia Baxter. I haven't read Fourth Wing yet, but really interested and want to. My library has 87 people in line ahead of me. Yeah, that's like, it is super popular.
Oh, my Lord.
Sounds about right.
And Nadine says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Reap What You Sow by Elizabeth Lynn Casey, number 6 in Sewing Circle. Southern Sewing Circle. And this will be a tough book to get through for me, as it Leona Heavy. Oh no, don't tell me that. And I really don't like that character. I'm on the fence about her. Like sometimes I like her, but
Exactly.
she really irritates me. And Cheryl says, "Good evening. Oh, I'm going to be reading The Watch That Ends the Night, a book and verse about Titanic, and listening to Blueberry Blender." Cool.
Yay!
Nice.
And Amy said to Jessica Lynn, "Same here. I'm 184th in line for my library's copy." It sounds interesting to me. Dragon Riders. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I just looked it up. So the Toronto Public Library is a 21-week wait. This is for the audiobook. Ajax Public Library is 16-week wait. And then my other library that I have just says several months.
They're like, we're not even sure.
Yeah, we're not even going to count it.
Trying.
It's several months.
Trying to figure out. It's just like, later.
You know, yeah. Forget it.
And PK says, "I've seen mixed reviews on Fourth Wings." Oh, where are these mixed reviews?
I like that too.
Yeah, I like that. A lot of hype for sure. I'm not putting it on my TBR yet. Too many others for me to read for now. Yeah, it's like one of those that maybe I'll let the hype die down and then I'll forget what everybody's saying about it and then give it a try.
Yes.
Nadine says to Amy, "I've not read Fourth Wing, but see all the hype. It is all over social media, and I'm not a fantasy reader."
Yeah, I'm with you, Nadine. I'm not a fantasy reader.
And Jessica Lynn says to Amy, "Right, and I've seen and heard so much good things." Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jessica Ann says, "Hello, everyone. I'm reading Soulmate Equation." And Annie says, "Hi, all. Reading Murder Most Malicious by Alyssa Maxwell."
Nice.
Cajun says, "Hi, everyone. Reading A Jingle of Murder, Papa Pacelli's Pizzeria."
Number
39.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like up on all those because she's been reading them since they first came out.
Yep.
So it's like, it's crazy. Amy says, "Jessica Lynn, I'm seeing it all over Facebook in my fantasy groups. I have to say, is my interest in the book now. I hear so many great reviews on it." And that's the thing, because I don't do well with hyped books. And so I'll be the one person that's like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Y'all like this? I don't know why.
It's one of those that would probably be really good to do like a vlog on. You know, you read it. I've read this hyped book type thing or whatever it is. And it's like, you know, you don't know how it's going to go. Either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. So. And he said, "Jessica Lynn, I see." Oh, wait, I read that already. And Barr said, "Afternoon, I read my pages for the book on page 690. Now reading Beach Read by Emily Henry."
Nice.
Excellent. You are moving along. Hey, Daniel.
Kev says, "Hello, I'm listening to Lord of the Wings by Donna Andrews, Meg Langslow series, because who doesn't love a whole lot of Halloween in the summer?" Yeah.
Hello, here's Cav. Halloween all the time.
Hi, Freehand V says hi. And Courtney says, "Happy Monday. I have so many books to read. Tonight I'm reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and because of yesterday's scavenger hunt, hostile takeover, whatever, my 9-year-old is sprinting with me."
Oh, yay. Welcome.
Hello.
And Daniel says, "I'll be reading The Texas Way by Jan Sweet."
Rex.
And Crystal says, "Hi, everyone. I'm reading 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott and listening to Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly."
Excellent.
Jessica Lynn says to Amy, "I am seeing it all over BookTube, social media. Can't wait to see if it's worth it or not." Yeah, one of y'all will just have to read it for us, so we'll know.
Yeah, and let us know.
Whenever you get to it in several months.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, though. It's so popular that maybe people won't have time to read it, and so you'll get to jump ahead in the line. You know, could happen. Courtney says, "I want to read The Fourth Wing too. I have it on my Kindle, but I'm in no rush to start."
When the Kindle edition is only $10 cheaper than the hardcover.
Yeah.
I just looked it up on Amazon.
Yeah, it's like, I could get this nice copy of the hardcover or have it on my...
Or spend $10 less and get a digital, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway. my complaint with ebooks.
Yep. And Dream says, hello, everyone. Not sure what I'm reading tonight, but I'll be working on my crochet blanket. Cool.
Let us know if you need help.
And Navy says,
On
I
the
agree,
crochet?
Jessica.
Yes,
I'm hoping I will like it when I finally get to read it. Yeah.
Nice.
And Shannon says, finishing memoir Funny Farm today. So good. Starting Gin and Dagger for Murder She Wrote. Readathon. And Sarah, a good girl, is so good. Yeah.
Did Shannon,
texted my niece.
Did she answer? Is that a Chevy Chase
Funny Farm?
memoir?
I don't
Is
know
it?
if she ever answered that in the last time when we
I don't
asked if it was
remember. She might have, but I just wonder if
I
that's a
don't
Chevy
remember.
Chase memoir.
Hi Purple says, judging by Storm's face, everything. I'm reading the Ties That Bind #3, I think. I don't know. Was I making a bad face? I don't know.
I don't know.
Emily Reed says, I'm on page 702 and 70% through Words of Radiance. Well, you're getting closer. That's a big one, too. That's a Brandon Sanderson, I think. So,
well done.
Pat says, good evening, everyone. I don't know what I'm going to be reading tonight. I just finished Rescued by the Rancher by Barbara Hahn, 4 stars.
Excellent.
Oh, it says every time. So, judge it. I don't know. Every time. I don't know. I'm so confused. Rabbit says, hello. I just started A Certain Dark Thing by Silvia Moreno Garcia today. Cool.
Excellent. Oh,
We'll read one more. Can you bring up the kitty for us?
I can bring up the kitty.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to be listening to Book, Line, and Sinker. Is that it? Book?
I think it's Singer, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
there's
it says right below it.
Yeah. And Jessica Lynn says, I heard they sold out of copies everywhere. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long do we want the kitty for?
To the top of the hour. So, or close enough to the top of the hour.
Fair. Okay.
And Free Hanley said, listening while getting stuff done in the kitchen. I'm still working on Little Women and just made it to page 145, only 30% done. Cool.
Oh, I love Little Women.
Man, it's long. Yeah, it is.
Ooh, very
Hi, Becky says, hi, I found you.
Yay, hi, Becky. She had sent me a message earlier. I'm so glad you found us.
Cool. Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
Good. I didn't read much. I got distracted. I talked to my Mima on the phone. I watched a video. All this other stuff. So.
How about you, Sarah?
I had my dinner, soup and crackers, in case anyone is curious. Trying to be nice to my stomach still, because I've been feeling good today. And I did not take my audiobook down with me because Garrett was down there, so we were chatting, but I did get a chapter and a half read of the Presents novel that I am reading, the one about the secret baby with the woman with amnesia. Because, that's a Harlequin book right there. How about you, Storm?
I made it to 81%, so I'm getting there.
Nice.
I was fairly close to it. It's just I kept putting it off to watch YouTube. So I'm like, I just need to get it done. And I trying to try out some new things for food and everything. I got some of the little low carb tortilla shells, and I had some hamburger, and I made my own like Big Mac sauce, and we had Big Mac tacos.
Oh, nice! That is awesome.
Really good.
And some green beans. So that's what we.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Dad liked it. I made tacos for him for lunch too, with eggs and sausage, and a little bit of like the sauce that I made, like was kind of like the Big Mac sauce. And he's like, I really like that. I'm like, score. Because awesome. I have a hard time with him because he'll tell me he likes it whether he does or not. And so I have to gauge what he says. So like when I asked him about supper, he was like, yeah, I like it. And I said, is that a, yeah, I like it, I would eat it again? Or is that a, yeah, it was okay, but I don't want it again? He's like, no, I would eat it again. I was like, okay, because he's hard to gauge.
Gotcha.
Because he doesn't want to hurt my feelings. So he'll tell me he likes it even if he doesn't. And I'm like, if you do that and I like it, I will make it again.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ashley said, Storm, I'm enjoying it so far. I hope the Laird and the Constable, is the love interest. Yeah, I like him. They're like kind of go between back and forth is like a lot of fun. And then Becky says, I'm going to read Made for Murder by Barbara Coley tonight for the sprint.
Nice.
And Jessica Land says, I heard Fourth Wing is about a college about becoming a dragon rider and its graduates or die at least. That is what I heard. Or they graduate or die at least.
Oh, wow.
I heard. A college about riding dragons. Yes, please. And then Crystal said she is 155th in line.
Wow.
For one of 3 copies. I looked on my library and the closest one is 12 weeks. And then I have 2 of them that says several months. And one of them is there's 222 people waiting. They have 32 copies and there's like 32 people per copy or whatever it is. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
It was like, that's crazy. It's insane. So, okay, I will say one thing about it. If she writes another one, like if it's a series, it's like she's going to have to do really, really well with the series, not to give it like second book syndrome because it's so hyped now. If the second one like flops, it's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want my like the first book to be so like.
And the second book to be,
Yeah.
It's okay.
And Pat says, I'm reading The Ranchers +1 by Joanne Rock. It's a Harlequin Desire, June 2023. It's 2 new novels in one book.
Nice.
And Cajun said to Becky, is that the Charlotte LaRue series? I read those a long time ago and really enjoyed them. She says, yes, that's the one. And Nadine said to Courtney, I love Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy it too. And that is such a, I don't know, that is just a weird title.
Yeah.
It's also got very good reviews.
Yeah, it
Yes, it
has.
does.
And Freehandly says,
Oh.
I think this is my first time in your life. Glad I made it. Yay, I'm
Yay.
glad you're here too.
Welcome.
Barbara says, why for the love of all that is holy on Amazon, why is the paperback cheaper than the Kindle edition? Yeah.
Thank you.
And Dream says, LOL. Sure, Tiffany, come on by and help me crochet my blanket. Maybe I'll finally get finished with it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you make me supper, well, it depends on what you're cooking, and then we'll go from there.
All you crocheters would be happy with me. Look, I did a chain.
Yeah.
I had to do it for my knitting to do a provisional cast on. So I
There
had to
you
do a chain
go.
and then I had to knit into the chain. So proud of myself.
There you go.
I can't wait to see what it looks like when you get farther along.
Me too, because right now it looks like nothing.
It looks like it's going to be like either a
Scarf.
scarf or some
Yeah.
kind of funky, like,
Or like a wash rag.
yeah.
Well, I
something.
got this part done and I was picking up the stitches to go around. And then when I got to the bottom here, I'm like, oh, that's why they wanted you to do a provisional cast. Because who reads patterns?
And the Shannon says Funny Farm isn't Chevy Chase. It is by Lori Zaleski, Rescued Animal Farm, Troubled Childhood, Mom Battling Cancer. Sounds depressing. It isn't.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Take your word for it.
And then, yeah, Purple Rain says Ties That Bind is a bibliography mystery series. And Freehandly says, once I'm done, I want to start a mystery series and then start the summer reading with Little Man. Yeah,
Nice.
sounds fun. PK says, Fourth Wing, who don't like Hunger Games, this is compared to it. Oh, ruined it right there.
All right, I'm out.
Ruined it,
I'm
PK,
tapping out.
ruined it.
I hated the Hunger Games.
Now
Thanks,
I'm
PK,
less,
now I have to waste anybody's time.
yeah, it's like now I'm less like, interested in it. I might try it, but I can let the hype die down.
It's the Hunger Game with dragons.
Yeah.
Everything is better if you add dragons.
Yeah. Freehandler says, I need to try to balance my craft time and my reading time right now. My craft time is winning.
It happens.
Audiobooks.
And the Shannon says, also, Crystal, I just finished the Lippincotts 5 Feet Apart. Loved it. At Rabbit. I love Silvia Moreno Garcia. Interested to hear how it goes. And Purple Rainheart. I love the Bibliophile series. Storm does. Correct.
Storm does not.
I guess that's probably what she was thinking, that the face I would make. I didn't realize that was what she was reading until she said that's what she was reading.
That makes sense now.
And the Shannon says, just borrowed the audio of the Fourth Wing on Libby. Thanks.
So
aren't
you're
you just
like
lucky?
the most powerful woman in the room right
I know.
You're
I was
right.
like, everybody else is like, it's like
Several months.
several months wait. And she's like, I borrowed it.
Yes.
Click. Magic wand.
That's right.
And Purple Rain said to Shannon, LOL, yeah, that's why I said earlier, Storm's always making a face winner for the Bibliophile. And Tina says, hello, y'all. I was napping. Sorry to be late. Shame on you for napping. I'm reading Much to Do About Nauticaling by
started.
Allen.
Are you liking it? She did start it. That's funny. She said she was going to.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know if it's good. Jessica Lynn says to Shannon, lucky, I just checked, and the wait on Hoopla and Libby is at least 53 weeks. Woo.
Holy Christ.
So is that's like isn't there
That's a
52
year.
weeks in a year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
Well, that's why I said, I mean, if you get on it, surely there's going to be somebody down the road that's not going to be able, they're going to push it back because they're like, I've got too many things to read. And then maybe you'll get to jump in there a little quicker.
Like we all do. You put something on hold. Not right now.
Yep.
Yep.
I was going to say, I do it all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
And Sonia says, hello, everyone. Currently doing a beta read, enjoying some gorgeous weather in the St. Louis area.
Nice, Sonia.
And Karen says, hi, everyone. Tonight I'll be reading The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. Fantasy. And Jared says, hello, everyone. Just finished dinner, Tex-Mex chicken and rice bowl. I'll be reading Jen and Dagger, Murder, She Wrote, because some meanie put a recall on it at the library to block me from renewing.
Oh.
Shame
How dare
on
they.
them.
Maybe it's somebody else doing the Mersh Wrote readathon.
Yeah.
You know, I always think that sometimes when I like put something in, like it wasn't on hold a while ago, and I go back and it's like, you know, you can't borrow it,
Wait
it's
a
on
minute.
hold, and it's like, really? Is somebody doing this readathon too?
Yeah.
Well, especially when it's an old book like that. Like, how many
Yeah.
people are waiting for Jen and Daggers, the first book in the Murder She Wrote, of 56?
Yeah.
Like, you know. So maybe they're doing Murder She Wrote readathon. Maybe it's Storm. Oh my gosh, I figured it out. Jarrett, it's Storm.
Dum,
I
dum,
do have
dum.
it. I do have it.
You know, she won't read out of order. I'm just saying, it's a little hinky.
I have it, but I don't think I have it from her library, so she's safe.
I don't want to start anything. I'm
Just saying.
And Carrie says, hi, just getting here. I'm reading Killer Chardonnay by Kate Lansing. Yay.
Nice.
yay, I just finished that not too long ago.
Carrie said, at Tina, I just finished that one earlier today. Hope you enjoy it. Gave it 4 stars.
I think that's where we heard about it.
I thought I was going to say, I think
From
maybe
your
so.
scavenger hunt pick yesterday.
Yeah. And Pat says, don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Pat. And Jared says, I remember, Pat, I'm kind of proud of that one. It's been a day. And Aideen says to Jared, I have started reading my library copy of Manhattan and Murder, She Wrote #2 ASAP because I have 2 people waiting for it. I have 5 days to read it. Who knew those books were so popular?
Right?
They're all doing the readathon.
Yeah.
Right?
I was like, maybe there's more people doing the readathon than we thought.
It's next week, right?
Yeah, it starts the 19th.
Okay. Thank you.
And she's like, I know, right? Yeah. And you'd think if it's popular, it'd probably be like the later ones that you would have on hold or something, not the like first ones. So
I put that Summer on Hold yesterday by Jennifer Weiner. It's told me 3 weeks. All of a sudden it's available from Libby. Thanks, Libby.
that's why I said you never know. Somebody was like, oh, I'm not ready for that one yet.
Yeah.
Deliver later.
Hi, Kat says, hi, ladies. I'm eating a turkey burger with a slice of pepper jack cheese, no bun, and some grilled veggies. I finished the slasher readathon, and now I'm reading A Princess of Wind and Wave.
Ooh.
See, she's gotten over the scary stuff now. She's getting into some of the other stuff. Fad says, received a phone call from the library. I am the 30th person for Happy Place by...
Why would the library call somebody and be like, you're the 53rd person in line? Like,
Congratulations.
okay, so in 3 months I'll have the book. Thank you, library. Seems odd.
Maybe she gets a prize. Who knows?
Maybe their library works different than ours.
I'm just saying, like, that seems like a colossal waste of time to call someone and be like, hey, that book's going to be ready for you in 2 months. Thanks for
I
your
want
time.
that job. I want that job so I can just sit there and call people up. Did you know that you're going to be receiving this book? Congratulations, you're 30th in line. And VK says, ready to sprint. Reading Space Deputy by Jen Ports.
Oh, she is.
I'm liking it. I've read another series by this author. My only quibble is there are some similar elements in this one to the series. Okay. Well, maybe there's only so much that you can do with space deputies. I don't know. Space cowboys. I don't know. Pat said 30th,
never mind.
30th person waiting for a copy of the book. Okay. It's been a very long day. And PK says, Storm, I'll try to find reviews of the Fourth Wing that I'm thinking of, and they were less glowing than everyone else's to provide a balance to make better informed decision reading. I see. I like to read people that give things 3 stars because I feel like that's like that's a balanced one. They liked it, but they didn't love it, and so then you can kind of figure out like kind of like it or not.
Yeah.
Tina says read 12%, and I'm about to eat some watermelon. Oh, I want some
Oh,
watermelon.
yum! That sounds delicious.
It does sound delicious.
Tina said that Carrie, I'm loving Much Ado About Nautically. Thank you so much for having it as your scavenger hunt book. There you go.
Yay.
She read 53%, and Jarrett made it to 55%, and Jessica is 33 pages, and I'm intrigued. All right. Emily says 24 pages done. I'm on page 725 of 1080.
Oh, well done.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Coming along. Coming along.
And
Oh,
Amy says I got to 35% and watching YouTube. And Nadine says I got 68%
Yeah.
mark of my book. And Cajun says, Storm, that sounds really good. Can you put the rest in the Discord, please? Sure.
Mm.
And Jessica Lynn says I'm reading about 30 pages of Murder with a Cherry on Top. Cool. And then Carrie says you're very welcome to Tina. And Cajun says, how is it so far, Jessica Lynn? I'm keeping an eye on it. And Karen says, I liked Fourth Wing. I did feel that the author had a hard time deciding if it was YA or new adult. I did really like how they dealt with the dragons. Cool. Finally, we got somebody who read it. Yay. Okay, you want to get the part ready?
I borrowed my Murder, She Wrote book for next week.
All
Coffee,
right.
Tea, or Murder. She goes to London. It just looked really good.
Excellent.
Kitty cat. Whoops.
No,
Nope,
Barbara
not
says it's funny. The only thing that I can really eat is fresh cowboy caviar. I can eat 2 big spoonfuls, so fresh my body craves it. What is cowboy caviar?
Oh, I've heard of it.
Isn't it like Great Northern beans and tomatoes and like jalapeno and
Tomatoes, avocados, red onions, black beans.
Oh.
It's also called Texas caviar.
It's almost like a salsa, but like
Okay.
different kind of stuff in it, from what I know of.
Jared says, my brother and I are the same way, Storm, so I have him tell me, do it again if he likes it enough for me to make it. Yeah. If he says, do again, I remove it from, yeah. If he doesn't say do again, yeah. Yeah, it's hard whenever you don't know.
Is that good? Just to the top of the hour, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Bubby.
Very good.
Bubbo.
And happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
Good. I watched some romance videos. Oh, and I watched some Alaska videos too. But I finished a book at work today, so an
Good for
audio.
you.
I feel like,
Cool. How about you, Sarah? Did you get any reading?
I
done?
read 2 more chapters in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then I read 2 chapters of the Harlequin Heartwarming that I'm currently reading. So,
nice.
how'd you do, Storm?
Oh, good. I'm at 92%.
Oh,
Very good.
that was awesome.
Getting closer. And so Jessica said it was good so far, only 30 pages in, but it is engaging because Cajun was wanting to know how it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there she said it again. And so Rabbit says, I got 4 chapters and supper eaten, bean tacos, and hibiscus tea.
Ooh,
Gotcha.
yum.
And so Cajun was like, oh, good, I'll add it to my list. And Kay Simmons says, hi, I'm trying to get my son through the rest of his school that ends Thursday while reading Akatar and listening to Even Tree Nymphs Get the Blues. Stay warm.
Hilarious.
Oh, hope everything goes and the week flies by and his school gets done really.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And Sonia says, Storm, I hope you're feeling better today. My back's still hurting, but it was one of those things where it was like I could lay on my bed and still hurt, or I could come here and host and hurt and have fun. So I was like,
Try and get your mind off of it, right?
Yeah.
let's do that instead. And Amy said, Stormy, I watched YouTube video on Fourth Wing. People are saying it's going to be 5-book series. I think book 2 is out in November of this year.
Wow.
Maybe your hold will come in by the time book 2 comes in.
Right?
It's going to be a 5-book series. It's like one of those wait till more than one comes out and then read it, because a lot of those fantasies, they cliffhanger you. I don't like that.
They do. True.
And PK says, if I were an author, I'd want the marketing team behind point on my books. Yeah, they're doing a good job. Yeah. And Amy said to Sims, I love Akatar myself. It's such an amazing series. And Tina says, yay, Sarah, chaining can be a difficult skill to learn. Congratulations.
I said to Garrett, I'm like, I need the biggest crochet hook you have.
And Jessa said, listening to Color Me Murder for the next scavenger hunt prompt, which is white on the cover. And that's got plenty of white, because that's like coloring book one or whatever, where you can cover looks like a coloring book. Perfect. And Jarrett said, I've heard that comparison to Fourth Wing too, a blend of Hunger Games and Game of Thrones. Okay, now you're making it not sound as good, so keep it up. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Then I won't have to worry about it. And Kay Simmons says, no worries. It was suggested by our daughter, so I decided to try it out. Seems good so far. And Tina says, also, I'm learning how to knit right now, and the typical cast off is basically a crochet stitch, slip stitch.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And Jessica says, I've already finished a picture book and an audiobook so far.
Wow. That is awesome.
And Barbara says, the Fourth Wing, wait for my library was don't even bother.
Oh, Kairu. Come on, buddy.
I feel like that's the ones that says several months wait. It's like, yeah, don't even bother with that. And DeShannon says, I know, right? Fourth Wing was instantly available in Ohio. Ohio,
no one in Ohio cares.
Yeah. Oh, Ohio has some good library like ones, because my friend lets me like use her Ohio, and that was the closest one that I could get like set on it. It was like 8-week wait or a 12-week wait on her, the one that she uses for Ohio. So there's like plenty of them, but that was the closest I could get. Was audiobook was 8-week wait. So
Wow.
And Jessica Lynn says, I haven't heard that it's similar to Hunger Games, but who knows till I get to read it. That's right. And Casey says, I love to crochet while listening to a book, but I feel bad at doing that because the end of the school year and my house needs my attention. But who wants to do that?
Your house is just going to get messy again, so just leave it.
Jessica Lynn, Zodiac Academy. It's like check, Divergent check, The Hornet Glass check, Dragons check, academic setting, War College check, High Fantasy check. Oh, sounds like it's got all your stuff then. You're going to love it probably.
Yep.
And Jessica says, I'm from Ohio and I still have to wait. Oh. This is what so all of those is what she's heard it compared to. Okay.
Gotcha.
And Jared says, LOL, not unless Storm is trying to get a paper copy from Baton Rouge. Yeah, see, wasn't me.
This is what she says, Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be like a really big international or like an interlibrary loan or whatever it is. It's like, that's a long wait to get to here.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like it's a long wait waiting for an interlibrary loan whenever it's like two like cities over or whatever.
It's in the same library, and all I'm wanting them to do is take it off the shelf and put it in holds for me. It's a week.
Kevin.
And Karen Bird said, Jessica Lynn, yes, all of those elements are in there. Rabbit said to Shannon, I'm loving certain dark things so far. It's got 80s cyberpunk neo-noir vibes. If you like Velvet Away the Night, you will like this one. No, Velvet was the night. And Purple Rain says, can I just watch the show Murder, She Wrote? Because I don't think I'll be able to get the books. Hey, yeah. Sure. You could probably find a Murder, She Wrote like for each one of those two. I was like.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. What do you want? And
Karen said, Jessica Lynn, what I liked most about the book is the dragons. Some really cool ideas. And Kay Simmons says, our library let us check out books out for 3 weeks. If I was the 30th, it could be over a year before we see it. Yeah.
Same here. We get a 3-week hold or 3-week checkout.
And Sonia says, could the big Murder, She Wrote rush to read could be because Angela Lansbury recently passed? Maybe less than a year. Or the big freebie boost, which has Murder, She Wrote series for free, which is where I watch it. Seasons 1 through 6 anyway. Maybe.
Or it could be Storm and I's a readathon.
And that's, the simplest answer is sometimes the best one.
Sonia. I think she might be onto something. I'm just saying, though, you never know.
And Kat, I'd like to visit Baton Rouge, but I don't live there. I'm like really far away. But it would be fun. And Karen says it's a little heavier on the romance than I liked.
You're intriguing me again now.
Yeah, that's like, no, don't say those things. Don't say those things. And Jared says no to Kat, but she does. Yeah. And PK said, Sarah, I know where your mind went regarding what to do with Space Cowboy. You read a lot of romances, girlfriend. There's no sex in space. Wait, there is. Never mind.
So my coworker on Thursday she does this cooking class on Wednesday nights, and she makes pies, like from scratch. Oh. Brought it in, so she had it like tinfoil covered, and I was sitting next to it. My manager's like, okay, and I'm like lifting it off like this, and she goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm checking for strippers. And she goes, what? I said, I read a lot of romance.
Wow.
And so Amy says, Jessica Lynn, I agree. I heard that Fourth Wing was fantasy romance, and I like Zodiac Academy, ACOTAR, and other fantasy romance genres. So you guys might like it then, sounds like. And Jessica Lynn said, Damick, there's the main reason I wanted to read it, and the dragons was just a bonus. And then Kat said to Jarrett, I live in Hammond. And Pat says the Fourth Wing is available at my library per Libby.
Wow.
Quick to Pat's library or to Pat's library.
Yeah. Cool. I read that one, Sarah. I enjoyed it. And Jared says it's like a bean salad.
Oh, okay.
It's caviar.
That cowboy
Oh,
caviar.
okay.
Yeah.
And PK says, if you trust my opinion, if you want me to read it and report back on Friday, I'll get Fourth Wing. I'll do it just for you guys. Let me know. Yes, go for it. I want to know it. I want somebody in our little, some people.
Right. And PK, I think, is a hard one to please.
Yeah. Well, she can let me know how Hunger Games it is or how.
Because don't forget, she also said she didn't care for the Vicky Delaney Summer Catskills one.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I think she's a hard nut to crack. So she'd be the one you want to review it.
Yep. And Jen says we use a black-eyed peas in the cowboy caviar. My daughter made a batch this weekend that we've been eating on. Good way to use fresh peppers and tomatoes from the garden.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I have to look that up because I just never heard of it, and I don't. And then Jared says, "Howdy, almost neighbor." And PK says, "Lots of negative reviews on Goodreads." See, Goodreads has all the bad stuff. BookTube has all the good stuff. Like everybody I've seen has liked it on BookTube anyway.
But to be fair, I mean, I can't judge anybody because I don't know. But I've seen this a lot, like in years ago, of like the big YA booktubers that they all get sent a book and they're all like, "Hey, look at this! Doesn't it look good?" Hyping it up. You have to wonder, have they read it? Have they not? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Amy says, I just checked my library for the audiobook of Fourth Wing. I'm so happy it was available now. So I will have to settle on listening to it rather than reading it. Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kat says to Jarrett, it's nice to meet someone who lives in almost the same area. Hardly happens.
Nice.
I feel like we're bringing people together, y'all.
Yes,
right?
There we go. Jarrett says, I know
a service.
I was thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pat says, my roommate Chrissy just brought a new shipment of Harlequin books.
Yay!
Wow.
Well, there's the rest of it. Now I have lots of new books to read. There you go.
That's
fantastic.
Awesome.
And PK says, that's fantastic. Pat, happy reading. Yes. And Pat says, Chirp is having a huge summer sale on audiobooks up to 90% off.
I bought like 3 or 4 on the weekend.
Nice.
And Dita started crocheting a shawl and read 17%. If you like cozies with a ridiculous amount of drama, read Much Ado About Nothing. Oh, I'm not sure now. I don't know. And Kat says, my husband came home from work and we're catching up, so I only read 14 pages. Well, that's still good. Tina said, this book is absolutely wild, small town drama, rich people drama. I'm obsessed. Okay.
Nice.
Well, sounds like it could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica said, I didn't read, fell down the YouTube rabbit hole. Yes,
me too, Jessica. Me too.
I know. I was trying so hard. I was like, I got to get this book done. I can't look at YouTube. And Jen said, read 16% and took some medicine. Allergies are kicking my booty.
Oh.
Yes, they're really bad this year.
I hope you feel so better soon because it's been a rough year for allergies.
Jared read 4% and Amy made it to 39%.
Well done.
And Sherry had 2 pages left to finish.
I hope you got
that finished by now, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope he's kept reading.
And Sonia is on page 96 of 296.
Nice.
And Annie made it to 12%. And Jessica Ann's 34%. This is a very quick read, and I'm enjoying it. Cool.
Wonderful.
And Emily is only 11 pages this time. That's good stuff.
Oh, great.
And Karen says 31 pages. And Nadine says, hooray, I got 80% into my book. I'll be finishing tonight. And then on to my Murder, She Wrote book. Yay. And see, that's like something, too. It's like, I've got these ebooks to read. I really need to stay off the YouTube because it's hindering my Murder, She Wrote.
These books ain't going to read themselves.
Yep. And Rabbit says, I purged all the unwanted clothes from my closet. Lots of trying on and saying nope. Yeah, there you
Awesome.
go. I need to do that myself because I've got a whole bunch over here. My aunt gave me some things. Some people, they give you stuff and they think you're gonna like it, but their taste in clothes is like totally different than your taste in clothes. So I need to shuffle through some of them and see. And Dream said, made more progress in my blanket. That meow never fails to scare me. And then carries at page 30. And Cajun said, finished my other book, started Murder on the Irish Farm. Irish Village number 8 got to 10%.
Real quick, Cajun, I don't know if you got my message. I did answer you on Discord. My Discord on my laptop is all messed up. So I did answer you on my phone, but on the Discord on my laptop, it shows that there's nothing there. So let me know if you got my message.
And Andy says, I am crocheting eyes for an owl. I was trying to read that and I was like, that didn't sound right. But I'm crocheting eyes for an owl, and I crocheted. And said 10 single crochet in just one chain stitch. We'll have to make those chain stitches big.
Wow.
And then Sonia says, Bestie, I am sure it is it's the readathon. I just didn't want to leave Dame Angela's passing untouched.
Of course.
Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Tina says, I have no interest in reading The Fourth Wing, but I'm about to check its status on my library. Everybody needs to check the status.
Right.
Hey, Rosie. Long time no see. Says, hi, I'm reading That Summer by Jennifer Wine. Hey, here we go.
I think Sarah's going to be starting that.
Yeah.
Probably in about a week or so.
She wasn't expecting to come so quick, right?
I put it off for a week. I'm like, I'll let somebody else have it for now.
I've done that with someone. It's like, oh, do I want to? We'll put it next week, and then we'll see how I'm feeling next week. And then
Exactly.
And Sonia says, books bring folks together. Yes.
Very true.
Tina says, both my libraries have pretty long wait times, 100 people for each copy. Wow. And Kay Simmons says, I was wondering which was better to read or listen to The Fourth Ring. I have both available.
Some people have an embarrassment of riches.
When it comes to fantasy, for me, I have to listen to it or I will get too bogged down in the descriptions and all that stuff and the world building, and I get bored and I don't want to read it. So, but I can listen to them usually, and I'm okay.
Oh wow, The Fourth Wing is instantly available from my little county library. So Annie is in the same county I'm in. Annie, Manatee County has Fourth Wing on audiobook available right now.
Hurry up and grab it.
I don't know if she was saying she wanted to read it. I saw her earlier tonight, but I'm just saying it's available.
That's awesome.
PK says, okie dokie, got it. I'll do this just for you because I love you. I don't care for hype books, but I also read some hype books, so I can't talk about it from personal experience. Will do. Wish me luck. Well, good luck. I hope you like it.
PK, that is really nice of you.
Yeah. I don't even know how long it is. I'm pretty sure it's probably a long book, but I haven't even. So hopefully it's not too long for you, PK. And Avi says to Casey, I prefer reading the book myself, but I will do the audiobook for Fourth Wing. As I say, it depends on how much you want it. If you want it right now or you want to wait. And Barbara said, we should do Christmas in July and maybe do a gift exchange so people want to. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we always do during the
Christmas season, but
but that's a good idea to do a Christmas in July. We used Elfster. It was really fun the last couple of years.
We could even just do like a card exchange or something, like keep it like low key for July.
Pat says, going to say good night. Take care, y'all. Goodbye, Pat. Good night. I'm sure you're probably already gone.
Enjoy your new books.
And Sonia says, my library over here is saying, what is Fourth Wing?
What a
I'm
library.
actually surprised because the Missouri's like library that I have, like, usually it hardly has anything, and it has a really long wait, but it's a several month wait on it. But I was like, oh wow, it has one of these hyped books. Wow. And Kay Simmons said, Amy, I prefer the physical book usually, but some people say it's better to listen, and some say no way.
I say do what you want.
Yep. And Sonia says, Storm, I'm the same. I have to listen to fantasy. I get hung up on names in the world. Yes. And Sherry says, yes, I finished my rating for the Titanic book was 4 stars.
Nice.
Well done.
And Kay Simmons says, I got it on KU with audio.
Oh, awesome.
Sure. What? And
good.
Kate said, yes, Tiffany, I saw your message. That's
good. Okay.
And Annie says, thanks, but I'm not into fantasy.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Becky said the Cleveland Public Library has 5 copies, 146 holds. I'm going to check Cayuga County now just because y'all have me wondering.
Yeah, I would never. I have no interest on with Annie. I just thought, I was like, I'm just going to check because I figured it'd be like 150 weight, and then it's like, here it is available.
Yeah, that's like weird. It's like weird how some of them are like, it's like really instantly available, and others. So I wonder if they have like a lot of copies. They must.
I would venture to say my county does not, but I do not know. We only get 5 Hoopla credits, so that
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, so. And Nadine says, thank you, PK, for taking one for the team. Yes.
Exactly. That's really nice of her.
And Jessica Lynn says, oh, Becky, I am near Cincinnati and I have a long wait too. Amy says, Fourth Wing is 21 hours on audiobooks. So long book, apparently. Yes, that is a long book.
So Fourth Wing, Toronto does not have it on audiobook. They only have the ebook. 70 copies in use. 657 people waiting in total.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen a book that's like this, like hyped up popular in a long time.
And my local library, oh no, I'm sorry, Toronto does have the audiobook. The audiobook has 9 copies in use and 95 people waiting in total. That's crazy.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. And Becky says, oh, Cayuga County only has 81 holds on 5 copies.
You'll get it so much quicker.
Yes. And PK says about 662 pages. I need a page challenge, right? There you go. There's your 1,000-page challenge.
It's next week. It's PK. It's next week.
There you go. I wonder if I can write off my purchase as a business expense. My business in garage.
Maybe not.
Not too bad.
Stores. I'm sure we can figure out something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Dream says, I'm 192nd in line for the Fourth Wing, my main library, and several months on my other library.
Wow.
And Sonia says, hey, actually, my Libby has it available now. Look at that. This is weird. Some of them, it's like, oh, it's available. And others is like, oh, there's like 222 people waiting.
Those of us who don't care, it's like, here it is, right here. You can listen to it right now.
Yeah.
And Becky says, not as bad as I expected. I didn't see any audio. Yeah. And Caden says, PK, well, if you don't like it, it could become a doorstop.
Or a weapon in case someone tries to break in.
That is a great idea. For the garage door, though.
Yeah.
Like for her business.
Now, for your business. Now it's a business expense.
Brilliant, Asian. Brilliant.
I'm in a long line for the last word. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the last word, too. I haven't looked to see, like, where, but it was a long wait, so... Sonia says, my hometown library has everything. Small town, less than 15,000 people. They have all the books in Missouri. Huh? No, they don't have all the books.
That's awesome to have that kind of, though, library available to you. Because especially in a small town.
Yeah, And where she lives, she's probably got like a really cool, like actual public library or whatever to go to, as opposed to my little county library that don't have anything. And they never have book one.
They do that just to piss you off.
I think they do, because it's like, oh, this series sounds really cool. Oh, look, they've got number 15, but they don't got one. And Sonia says, oh, I feel like Legends and Latte was like this. I finally got frustrated and purchased it. So it's worth it. That was one I didn't have any interest in either. So Becky says, I have way too many TBRs put on hold, this one on hold. I'll wait until I find it at a yard sale or used bookstore. Yeah,
Because you know, give it 6 months to a year. That's all you're gonna see.
Yeah, it's gonna be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if those people that bought it and didn't like it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Go instantly into, somebody's gonna like look at the free little library and be like, oh my gosh, look what I got in the free little library.
Pretty much.
Tina says, Sarah, get out of the way. Sarah, well, you have your channel on Discord for June's 1,000 page channel.
Yes, I will be setting that up this weekend or in the next day or so.
Jen said to PK, prop up a broken garage door with a chunk of a book. There you go. Mine is a county library as well. Well, you live in a much bigger county than me. Since you're up there by like what, St. Louis, I think she says, and I'm like way down by, I don't know if you know where Joplin is, but I'm like down in that area. So I'm like, little B town down this way. And Courtney says, speaking of Legends and Lattes, I couldn't finish it during the summer. Coming back to it this fall. Oh. And Sonia says, I read Legends and Lattes 3 times. Wow. I'm in love with that book. And there's like a second one coming out, I believe.
Yes, it comes out in October, I think I heard. It's on NetGalley.
Awesome.
Made it to the end of the comments. Tiffany, do you have anything cool coming out on your channel?
I have my Malice book haul.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna have it come out on Thursday, I think. But Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'm interviewing Mindy Quigley, who writes the Deep Dish Pizza series. And that's at 7 on Wednesday. So
cool, yeah.
What about y'all?
May wrap up tomorrow on the channel.
I have my Root and Tootin' June on the Range tag for tomorrow. I still have to upload it, but I got it all like done and everything. Nice. And I'm a little frustrated with myself because I had my book haul and I must have accidentally like deleted the video off of my phone because I went to go like edit it and it's like it doesn't have the, because I had it set up to where I could just edit it and it's like the video is missing, so I'm like, really?
Oh no,
that is so frustrating.
I know where some of them are, so I'm thinking, well, maybe if I can find some, I'll grab them and redo it. And then I have a few to add to it, and one of them would be a Harlequin omnibus.
Ooh, jealous.
It's from 1976. It's 3 great novels by Eleanor Farnes. So I thought that was
awesome.
It was $1.50. I was like, "Oh, I'm picking it up."
50 cents a book right there.
Don't see very many of those out in the wild.
Not in the
That's
wild.
the second one that I've found of an omnibus because I'm like, they don't do omnibuses anymore. It's like the bind-ups or whatever.
Yeah, you guys get all the best used books down there. I swear.
Yeah, around here, when it comes to romance, they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Addie Social Butterfly said, "Hello, just getting here. Finishing up. This is how you lose a time war, and then going to read Cool for the Summer." And we are getting ready to wrap up, Annie. So sorry about that. Hope you get to read your books. And PK says, "Does Riding Dragons count as fantasy western?"
I'll say yes.
Sure.
We'll allow it. And so it'll be Friday on your channel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Eastern, and we will see you all then. Thank you guys for showing up, and it was fun chatting with y'all. Bye.
Night, everybody.
Bye, Storm. Bye, everyone. Bye, Storm.
Bye.